This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Freshly. Chef-cooked healthy meals delivered to your door. Save $20 off the 6-meal plan for first-time users with code GWN639. HostGator. Save 50% off hosting or get $5 domains with code MMA50. ButcherBox. Get grass-fed meats delivered to your house. Get $10 off with code MMA Nuts. Protect-A-Bed. Shield your mattress and pillows from allergens, dust mites, and moisture. Save 20% off with code MMA Nuts. Defense Soap. Used by more champions in more countries than any other brand. Save 15% off with code MMA Nuts. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts episode 338!
338!
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Background to the MMA show, violent fans, foreign fans, walk line between serious and ridiculous. What's going on?
Wow, Matt, you're amped up.
Fuck yeah, I don't play games, man.
No?
I get real tired, and then we go to start the show, and then all of a sudden I get this rush of energy. It's almost like someone has injected a suppository right in the rectum.
My favorite part is nobody can see this, but you got your house slippers on, his socks. He's all chilled out. He's all like chilling out in his slippers over here.
So I roll.
He's gangster from what you can see.
Right, you're lucky I don't even have pants on, for fuck's sake. It'd be like one of those shows where you see the guys are because they know they're at home and they're working, they don't fucking wear any pants. They're just all business on top, party on bottom.
My brother's
it's like a fucking
done that.
bullet.
He's told me the stories.
Oh yeah.
On Skype, has like a suit shirt and a tie and a jacket on, but it's just in his underwear below that. He's like, fuck it. So all right, so let's talk a little UFC as I'm dying.
211.
A phenomenal card on paper. I think the execution perhaps left a bit lacking. And what was your overall kind of impression from a 1 to 10 scale?
7. It's a solid 7. I think the prelims were better than the fucking main card.
Yep.
And just quickly, I want to mention those heavyweights. I forgot the names. Chase Sherman and Rashad Coulter. Just banging.
Yep.
And Chase is hitting this other dude with leg kicks. He's dialing him up. The other dude decides he wants to make a comeback. They're going to be put away with leg kicks. He makes a comeback. Oh, no. There's nothing like watching two heavyweights just throwing bombs at each other. Yeah. And then eventually Chase gets a fucking right elbow against the other guy. The other guy goes down, kind of like when Gonzaga KO'd Crow Cop. He kind of drops the same way. His knee buckles a little awkwardly. Yep. Gets to win. I think two guys who took the fight. I think one guy took it on 3 weeks' notice. The other guy had 2 weeks. So good to see some heavyweights just throwing caution to the wind and let's just throw it and see what happens. Yeah. And then we had that Dustin Poirier versus Eddie Alvarez in a fight which I really wish was on the main card because the first fight on the main card was David Branch versus someone was complete horseshit. Complete horseshit of a fight. So boring.
Well, this is that whole put a really good fight on the prelims on FX and try to get people pumped up to buy the pay-per-view. And then the first fight on the card is kind of should be like the last fight, like not even on the prelim card, really. It's kind of a just yeah. But what was your take? I mean, do you think? So we had a couple with the situation again where Alvarez has an arm down. I'm sorry, Poirier has an arm down. Alvarez is kneeing him a couple of times. Then he puts another hand down. I don't think Alvarez saw any of this, really. I mean, he was his eyes are all fucked up, and he accidentally or intentionally knees him, but in the face again with both hands down. Called it a no contest because Poirier dropped immediately. I mean, no ill will, but doesn't that kind of suck because his stupid rule is still here, even after how many years? Yeah, and this was a good fight because it was a fight that Poirier was winning early. Alvarez makes his comeback, and then... like, holy shit, how is he still in there? Like, how he's taking a beating, and then this happens, and I think it's the wrong call. I think he should have been DQ'd, actually. Really? Yeah. Okay. I mean, granted, you can't see, but... yeah, why did they call it a no contest and not a... because I think Herb was just trying to be nice and not put a loss on Eddie's record, and I know, well, the problem is because now you've kind of gypped Poirier out of a win bonus. Like, if you're trying to fight, both those guys are fighting for a win bonus. Yeah. And now he doesn't get the opportunity to get a win bonus. So I see he's actually challenging it. But you know what happens every time we file an appeal with an athletic commission, nothing. Especially in Texas. Nothing. No harm, no foul. You can almost kill somebody and they don't do anything in Texas, right? Steroids is like a $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's
like a 2-week suspension. Why don't you go to Bahamas for a couple weeks? We'll actually pay for it. Fuckers. But
so I bet you, I think they're gonna run it back. Do they say?
Yeah, I think we have to do it again, and that's fine. It looked like a great fight. I just wish we would have got rid of that stupid rule. You know, they're trying to get rid of the gaming the system rule, but again, I'll play devil's advocate to Eddie's defense. Yes, he can't technically see. When you are over someone like that, you can't tell unless you're judging by how high you are off the ground. But who the fuck's gonna do that in the heat of the moment? You're just firing away. You're trying to finish the man.
Yeah, and both guys all nothing but respect after when Rogan was interviewing them. I felt like Dustin didn't feel like Eddie was out of line, and Eddie was very apologetic.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a dirty thing, but unfortunately...
Well, especially when he was rocked, you know, a little bit before that.
Yeah.
So he's not of the clearest of mind frames right there when he's firing away those knees.
It is a fist fight, which sometimes that makes me wonder, like, that's the difference, I think, in a lot of other sports in MMA, where, you know, the rules sometimes can get sketchy because basketball, hockey, football, whatever, you know, I mean, the guys aren't running around KO'd or half KO'd or just got knocked down and got back up. Like, crazy shit happens when there's scrambles and stuff. So, I mean, for me, on no contest, I'm cool with it. You think it should have been a DQ?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But 2 losses on his record.
It's like, fuck that guy. I know you don't like Alvarez that much, do you? Not a big fan.
I'm okay with him.
Oh, yeah?
But he's kind of semi-training with Frankie Edgar, and that puts a stink on the man.
He's from the same state.
Puts
he's
a
like,
stink on the man. They train together, same training partner.
Screw them all.
All those Jersey boys.
Little Italian little guys. Alvarez is a small dude, too. He's like, he's not that big. But, all right, so let's get out of this. Speaking of Frankie Edgar, let's talk about him versus Yair Rodriguez.
Yes.
On this card. Let me just say, kind of what a lot of people expected would happen happened, where Frankie pretty much just melted Yair from the top. And I would say that it was probably because of a tactical error on Yair's part, trying to pull freaking guillotine. He should have never done that. I don't know why he was doing that. I don't know why he thought he could do that in the first place. Don't put a wrestler on top of you. That's just stupid. I mean, I know I'm not him, but, dude, he was doing fine in the stand-up. There's a little cat and mouse thing going on. Ever since that happened, Frankie he never got up again.
No, he was. I think Edgar was 2 for 2 in his takedowns. He was trying to be active off his back, but he would just once he got put down, and then Edgar just started popping that eye, popping the eye, and then we go to between round 1 and round 2, the cut man. What the fuck is an end swell? Why would I use that to get rid of this huge testicle forming under your eyeball?
Giant.
You know, let me just use a Q-tip and hope that works out. Yeah. And I don't know if that changes what happens in the fight. Probably not, because it looked like Edgar's still going to win. But you got to give the man an opportunity. And if you're going to hire incompetent cut men, why can't you bring back Stitch at this point? I mean, that's fucked. We've seen this a couple of times and a couple other fights where they're not reducing the swelling. He's trying to work on a little tiny cut that has. It's not even in a place where it's a potential to stop the fight. And you saw what happened. It was the eye swelling that stops the fight at the end of the second round.
Yeah, he couldn't see a damn thing. Even in the second round, he couldn't see shit. So, yeah, you know, I wonder if the refs are what, hired by the commission? I mean, the
cutmen are
commission?
UFC.
Or they're UFC?
Yes.
So shouldn't they have some sort of training?
Yes.
I mean, if we know what to do, how come they don't know what to do? That's confusing to me. And I've only watched fights here and there. These guys are, how many times are they cutmen in a week, in a month? Hundreds? Some of these guys are. Why can't they figure out what to do?
No, they had a lot of new refs in there I hadn't seen before either, though, too.
That's a good point, yeah. So maybe they don't want the fighters to have this kind of treatment. Maybe there's a whole thing about it.
Is that UFC trying to shit on fighters more by giving them subpar?
Maybe.
Cutmen?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it answered the question. You know, what happens when Yair gets put on his back? We got a problem. We got a problem.
Yes, it did.
I can't get back up. This is my problem. I mean, credit to Edgar for fighting the right fight, but again, making me not like the guy even more, because let's take the flashy striker out of his element so I can't see the flashy strikes. They go, I like to see the flashy strikes.
Well, of course, but if you're at Frankie Edgar, you don't want to see those.
No, but now it puts us in this weird quandary, because what do you do with Edgar? Because he's lost 2 fights to Aldo. Aldo's going to fight Holloway. If Aldo wins again, are you going to make a 3rd fight
Aldo will not win that fight. I'm telling you. I think
man.
Holloway wins that thing.
Well, then everything works out perfect because then you do Edgar versus Holloway. But if not, oh man, I don't know what to do with the man.
It's like a 3 times.
He might have to go down to 35.
Oh God.
And I don't want to say that because I don't like guys cutting weight.
No, I mean Edgar's.
He's been at 55, now he's at 40. Well, he's not gonna. Don't make him go down to 35. But
Kenny Florian over here.
yeah, I don't like that.
Just keep cutting weight.
But he's in that limbo position.
Yeah.
And for Yair, I would say have him fight fucking Jeremy Stevens.
That's a good one. Even.
Since he's just coming off, a loss or 2.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And so, he needs to fight someone who's going to stand and bang it out. Not this take down and hold you down kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about our favorite. I think, obviously, we're quite biased on the show. Demian Maia versus Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
Quite interesting first round where Maia spent almost the entire round on Masvidal's back, standing, and with a body triangle, trying to go for the finish. And Jorge did a good job, kind of defending, doing his thing. Impressed me quite a bit. But it seemed to have burned Demian out too, and he didn't look so hot in the second round.
No, he was fading. And who do you think won that fight? Did you get? Because this one was hard to score. Because do you score it for Maia for all the back control and the body triangles, or do you look at the stand up for Masvidal and look at how many strikes landed and how much he hurt Maia in the fight?
I thought for sure the judges were going to give it to Masvidal because of all the damage and the striking, which I know Maia said he didn't think there was much going on, but I thought he won the stand up decidedly,
handily, because Maia was not even committing to any stand up.
No,
he was throwing the Arlovski fucking jab where it's just paw. Not even committing to throwing the jab.
No, but he did spend a lot of time on top and on his back. And, I mean, to Masvidal's credit, Maia did say at the post-fight that this is perhaps the best jiu-jitsu fighter he's ever fought in the cage. Mm-hmm. Which is, coming from that guy, it's like, whoa. Did he just say that, really?
He couldn't
do
run
anything.
His game on him.
No. And I don't think it was a strength thing.
It's a takedown defense, because even look at the takedowns he had to do. He practically had to pull half guard to get him down a bunch of the times.
And that's why, I think if you're not a jiu-jitsu fan, you can't appreciate like the way he takes guys down. It's like literally like an anaconda. Like he just gets a little limb, and then he just you get way, you back up. Okay, he's gonna grab this and grab that, and he's just like a snake, and he's just gonna come up as much as he can and get you from any angle. I like that, and he didn't do that the rest of the fight after the first round. But that's the Demian I like to see. And they did say he was gonna get a title shot. And I was really happy hearing that last night. I put on Facebook, and I'm driving home and go, he ain't getting that title shot.
They always say that. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen is that, that GSP fight is not happening anymore. So what are you going to do with GSP? Well, he's probably going to fight Woodley.
Yeah. He said he would be ready in November sometime. Or Dana doesn't think it'll be even this year. But in any case.
I mean, I could see that happen. I really want Maia to fight Woodley because I'd like to see that one play out. I think Maia wins that one.
I do too. I think he beats GSP too.
I agree.
I think he can beat both guys. It sucks because he's in this weird spot, and this division is a little messy right now. I really hope he gets it, but I don't see it in his future. I don't see it. I think
they got to give it to him because it's that line of, is this sport or entertainment? Because you're going to the point of ridiculousness if you don't give him the title shot. Yeah. I mean, I get sometimes you want to make fun fights, and you have Michael Bisping versus Dan Henderson. Like, I think a lot of people were okay with that, and it didn't make any sense from the ranking standpoint. And then you were gonna do Bisping versus GSP. Like, does that make sense? Not really.
Yeah.
You gotta have Maia doing Woodley. It has to happen.
Pounding him?
Yes.
Pounding
hardcore.
Like Frank Mir said?
Yeah. He was just raping me. That was the favorite interview Mir talking about when he grappled with.
Yeah, you should Google that.
Demian Maia. He's like, I couldn't do anything. Literally, he's raping me. He has me mounted. He's like, Frank, are you trying? You go as hard as you can. He's like, fuck you. This is my new address. Just send my mail to me here. Like, fuck,
He's
man.
like, I think he could, if he wanted to have sex with me, I don't think I could stop him.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like that's when you're talking next level, because you're talking
Frank's way bigger, too.
180 versus, like, and I think at that time, Frank was probably 265. I think that was when he was bulking up to, try to fight Brock Lesnar for the second time. Like, oh, man. And then next for Masvidal, I was thinking maybe a little Wonderboy Thompson action.
I like to see that.
Couple guys coming off a loss, and you need, I forgot where Masvidal was ranked, either 4 or 5 at 170, and Wonderboy's, I don't know, he's right up there. You can't, and here's another guy who just lost to, or what do you do? Draw, loss to Woodley. So you can't have him fighting for the title again.
No.
Another guy in limbo.
Should we talk about the main event?
Do you want to mention the women fight?
Oh, I didn't.
Quickly.
I didn't think you'd want to, but
I'm
sure.
just gonna say Joanna Jedrzejczyk, she got a win, and again I don't know. I'm just not entertained by watching her put on a tactical display.
Yeah, I think the last time she was exciting was against the Mexican girl that had the belt. What was her name? Carla Esperanza.
Something like that.
Yeah, where she just Chuck Liddell'd her, man. That was crazy. But since then, it's like she seems a little more GSP-like in her approach.
Yeah, I mean, she's winning, but I want to see people getting finished.
She used
to. And that's the problem.
But it's hard to finish those chicks, man. They're freaking tough, dude.
Well, and you're a 115-pounder, so.
They ain't much, right. So, but yeah, hats off to her, I guess, whatever. I think she's quite hot. I like me that kind of woman.
Okay,
it's
all you.
It's like, you can have it.
All you.
Let her beat me up a little bit. It's all good. Let's talk about Stipe versus Junior Dos Santos, the heavyweights. Thoughts?
Well, Junior trying to employ some leg kicks seemed to hurt Miocic early. Miocic coming in hot, pushing him up against the cage, and he finishes him in the first round. And I didn't think that was going to happen.
Nope.
And I'm trying to play, is that Miocic being that good or Dos Santos being that bad? Because Dos Santos, once he got put up against the cage, it's like hands down and trying to circle out, and Miocic was catching him every time.
He got him with a good right. I mean, right on the freaking ear. Boom! And dropped him like a rock. I don't know. It's Stipe's like, he's weird because he's got so much power, but he seems wild to me. Like, he's not very technical. He's got good wrestling, but his striking overall doesn't seem very refined. I thought for Junior seemed like he was a good boxer for a long time. I don't know if all the rumbles and battles he's been in.
Business.
Yeah, he's all like stupid now or what? But
he's very smiley.
He is. So hats off to Stipe, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like something's off, and I think he's gonna have some trouble in the next fight or two.
Well, he's tied for the most defenses in heavyweight history right now with 2. Odds are he's going to lose his next fight. The problem is he's just fought and beat Dos Santos, Overeem, Verdum, Arlovski, and Hunt. All those guys by KO or TKO. 4 of those in the first round.
Cain Velasquez.
That's the only one that makes sense, but I don't want to see that fight. I'd rather... I know Daniel Cormier is fighting John Jones, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to go on record again. Daniel Cormier is going to miss weight.
Again?
Yep. Because he cheated the last time. But when he loses to John Jones...
Stop eating that chicken, man. He likes his Popeye's chicken.
He does.
Stop eating that Popeye's chicken.
I would like to see him move up to heavyweight and challenge Miocic. Because I feel like Cormier is a better heavyweight than he is a light heavyweight.
I agree.
He keeps that speed. And I'll tell you right now, if he fights Miocic, I'm putting my money on Cormier all day, all night, all day.
I think he might be able to knock Miocic out.
Yeah, could deal with that wrestler because you saw what he did to Josh Barnett when he was just ragdolling him, and he ragdolls everybody.
He's fucking strong,
with the exception of John Jones. I think he got half a takedown on him.
Yeah, I think Jones. I think you said this before. It's just the length is the problem for him. The big, lengthy guy like that. He has a hard time with his. Maybe it's his center of gravity or what, but just can't.
Or his eye poke.
That too. Maybe it's all the coke. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Those two had a little bit of a rumble.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we hit the news. And
yeah,
otherwise, if that fight doesn't happen, I mean, probably Cain, but I don't think Cain ever comes back. You know?
Yeah, we don't know. It's been silence from their camp.
Yeah, because what are we doing? Verdum and Overeem 3.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna do winner of that against Miocic again? It doesn't seem to make sense right away.
Yeah.
So, and then Dos Santos, give him Travis Brown.
Oh, jeez.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Wrong. You got anything else for UFC 211?
No, I was going to say, let's talk about this whole John Jones, Daniel Cormier situation. Do you want to talk about that since we just...
Sure. Well, we had the press conference, and 3 things happened at that press conference.
This is chaos.
So we had Michael Kisea and Kevin Lee. They're John back and forth, and Kevin says something to the effect of, hey, I'm going to have to beat your ass. I think your mom's coming to watch in front of your mom. Don't talk about my mama! Don't you talk about my mama! You say how it just goes running over. Kevin Lee's like, fuck you, big. Cracks him right in the face.
Yeah.
There goes strike 1 for that press conference. Then we have Amanda Nunes versus Shevchenko. They come up.
Must be something in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They come up, and Nunes decides to put her fist on Shevchenko's face and does one of those little push punches a la Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm. And, like, what the fuck are you two doing? So that goes on, and then you have the John Jones versus Daniel Cormier backstage incident where Cormier's going, don't you talk about my kids! Don't you talk about kids! Throws a water bottle at him.
Again, there wasn't a shoe this time?
No, he's into throwing shit. Like, what are you doing? So
I think it's staged.
I don't know. I feel like we're back in 3rd, 4th grade. Like
I don't know, and they were going at each other on the stage too a little bit. I feel like it just seems like too weird.
No, it seems like a lot of these fighters are just so thinly skinned.
Yeah.
Like the wind blows and they might bleed out because they're so weak. But literally, if you're that thin skinned, just retire or move to Alaska. Go to somewhere where there's no fucking internet if you can't handle this fight game anymore. You can't talk because the one guy talking about the guy's mom, he wasn't even fucking saying anything about the mom. And John Jones wasn't even saying anything about his kids. Each guy is just blowing everything out of proportion. Maybe everybody has CTE. Maybe that's where we're at. There you go.
Or it's just a weird. Maybe it's the full moon because we just had that a couple days ago. You think?
I like to think it's a brain injury.
Okay.
Give him the smelling salts. Let's get this party started.
Stop
fucking around.
Should all smoke weed and then they won't have a problem.
Something.
Everybody would be happy instead of sad.
I don't know, man. A lot of anger. Like, can't we handle it? Is this a sport or a spectacle? We're going down.
Keep asking me these questions. My answer is yes.
It's both.
It might be more spectacle than sport at this point. So yeah, speaking of weed, Rumble Johnson, which we just mentioned,
the king of weed. He will not stop.
No, he just announced that in an interview or whatever, that his new business venture is along the lines of a marijuana farm type thing, business with his friend, and that because he said he was never a fighter, he was always a good athlete, and he kind of just feels like his body, all this stuff, taking all this punishment, he was meant for more, and this is his new thing. He's going to do medical marijuana.
Yeah. Good for him.
I think so.
I don't know why he waited to come out with that. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for the business.
Could have promoted it.
Hell yeah.
Go to pjpen.com.
Right.
Drop the
Go to Rumble Johnson's. Weed for days. Yeah. He should have had that all set up. He could have put T-shirts on. Like, what are you going to do? This is my last fight. And put some fucking Rumble Johnson Weed Factory on there.
Rumbleweed.com.
That's right.
Oh, I like that.
Just drop some mic. Runs out.
You can take it if you want. Just send us a sample.
Just do it. Yeah. Big samples, like pounds and pounds.
Pounds?
Yeah, because I want to be in jail so I can get pounded.
I believe pounds will put you in federal fuck me in the ass.
Possibly.
Send little
but
amounts.
Illinois is working on it.
Okay.
By next year, recreation.
FedEx us small samples, like small ones. Tiny ones.
At the time.
What's 10 grams or less or something?
Yeah, it's so retarded, but that's how we roll here.
Yes, we are definitely rolling retarded. Okay.
I should stop, but I'll say it anyway. Rolling retarded. No, I'll stop.
I like that. It's got a ring to it.
It does, but I have the picture in my head now.
Rolling retarded. I know what you're thinking. I'm on your wavelength right now.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hey, Vitor Belfort's joining TriStar for his last fight.
You don't say.
You like that action?
Whatever.
You don't care?
No.
Is this going to be his last fight, or is he going to fight on?
I don't know, man. Vitor is like one of those guys. I think he doesn't know how to do anything else. It's just gonna keep going and going until he can't.
Yeah, and well, he's still competitive, and I feel, you know, here's another guy, and I think Scott Coker was entertaining this idea of, hey, Chuck Liddell, hey, Matt Hughes, you guys want to fight? I got a venue. You guys want to come in? Come in. I was trying to listen to Matt Hughes on the MMA Hour. Oh God, just I want to kill myself when I listen to that guy talk.
Was he talking about the Bible?
Such a tool. I'm trying to be respectful, but the guy's a tool.
He is a tool. Well, he's a Southern farm boy.
Southern... It's like, you're trying to get me again, Ariel.
He's a nice guy. He's, you know, he's just kind of one of those farm boy types.
Well, it says he's wants to come back. He's those last 2 losses really got to him, but his stinking wife made him retire. Like, that's classy, Matt.
He said stinking wife?
Yeah.
He won't say. I don't think he swears.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's like his
weirdo.
bad swear word. Yeah. Good. Fuck you is a good every once in a while. Go fuck yourself. You know?
He wants to get a win, and he's trying to cherry pick an opponent. So I think that's why he was looking at a Royce Gracie as a potential opponent, because he knew he beat him in the past. He probably has like fucking 50 something now. Well, just fight Royce again and get a payday, because I'm not getting that cushy whatever it was VP of fighter. Something or other. Well building. I don't. Yeah. I don't like that guy. I think in the other potential.
You don't say.
I don't like a lot of guys.
You got a thing for him though. I especially hate.
Well, because he was trying to push the Bible on everything.
Yeah,
Why don't you read this and tell me who you think in the Bible is me?
Yeah, but that's not really the. That's not really. That's not the way to get people to convert to whatever religion. That's
don't push your bullshit on me, Matt Hughes.
No.
But. I don't know where I'm going with any of that.
Let's get out of the hate zone.
Go ahead.
Let's get into the love zone. All right, let me give you some love. All right, McGregor expected to agree to the Mayweather fight within 24 hours. But by the time the show airs, probably already agreed to it.
Yeah.
The only thing left is the Mayweather side, which Dana thinks will take some time, right?
Yeah, and he's basically saying if he can't get this shit to happen this year, it ain't happening. Right. Because what is he gonna do? Spend 3 years working on it?
Well, then it'll lose its luster, and Mayweather's ain't getting any younger, and McGregor, you know, he's an enigma. All it takes is for him to lose once or twice, and then this thing doesn't become as popular anymore, you know. So
it's such a stupid fight.
I love it, though. They need to do it soon. Either that or give me Diaz something for a belt. I don't know. Give me something. But McGregor's taking some time off. He just had the baby. So I think he's slated, what, fall-ish? This is what he's talking about?
Probably.
So if they can get this done, this would be a badass New Year's Eve fight. McGregor Mayweather? Yeah, I'd pay for that. Wouldn't you?
No, I don't even want to see it. Mayweather's going to smoke him. Not even going to be competitive.
He might, but I still want to see that. What if he doesn't? What if McGregor knocks Mayweather out? What if that happens? What if he forgets he's boxing and throws a fucking high kick?
That'll happen. You hit him with an elbow.
That'd be awesome.
Spinning back kick.
Knocks him out cold. Sorry.
Oops, that's my game. When I get disqualified, does everyone get their money back? Who wins?
That would be epic. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot can happen.
No contest. We'll have to do a rematch.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. I got one more, shall I? All right. In not so good news, Dana White has canceled the Bisping versus St. Pierre fight. We talked about this a little bit. It seems like he's a bit annoyed with GSP. Taking this time. George was originally going to come back, and then now it's like November. Do you think GSP is actually ever going to fight anybody, or is this just like...
Yeah. Well, I want to take a couple steps back from the GSP, because I don't know what facilitated this. Because Luke Rockhold was on the MMA Hour basically saying all the middleweights should band together because I don't want to fight right now because there's no clear shot to the title. And they had offered him Mousasi. He's like, well... if the title is going to be tied up, I'm not fighting, and I don't think any of the other heavyweights or middleweights should fight. Anderson Silva was coming out, and he said this whole title picture thing is bullshit, and I don't want to fight. So he was going down those same lines, and then I think a day later they canceled that GSP fight, like you were saying. So I don't know if it was because these guys were being vocal about the state of the division that they decided to cancel the GSP fight, because it was my understanding that they knew GSP wasn't going to be able to fight until the fall, and like selling us wolf tickets, and then they got so much pushback, like, oh my god. So again, they would love to just push GSP back out because they like to shit on the legends, being the UFC.
Let's do Nick Diaz.
Well, I think this is the opportunity for you to do GSP versus Anderson Silva.
Ooh. But Silva's all distraught about fights and not being able to fight in Brazil, and Dana's all pissed. And Silva's
Well, who
about...
else does GSP fight? Unless you do Conor McGregor. That's the only other fight. It's either Anderson Silva or Conor McGregor, I think, for GSP. Unless he does the Woodley thing to fuck Maia.
Maybe. But, I mean, McGregor, if there's a chance he can get that Mayweather fight, I don't think he's going to fuck around. That's hundreds of millions of dollars. Why would you even risk that? If there's a chance, he's not going to do MMA before Mayweather. If there's a chance, maybe that fight loses its luster because he lost a fight to somebody.
So then we've just ruled McGregor out.
He's done.
So he has to fight Anderson Silva or Woodley. Those are the only two guys left.
I like Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
I want to see that, even though it's an old thing. That'd be a good warm-up for him. See what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it probably makes him... Or you do Nick Diaz. But, I mean, I want to see something we haven't seen.
Silva.
You know?
Give me Silva.
Right.
Give me Silva or give me death.
Okay.
What else you got?
They just announced Chris Weidman versus Kelvin Gastulem.
Whoa.
That's an interesting fight.
It is.
That's a tough fight, I think, for both guys, depending upon who shows up in what shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Wait, is this a 170 or what is this fight? 185?
Mm-hmm. 185.
Okay, so we should be good. Kelvin will be all good.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he has Johnny Hendricks disease.
I don't know. He might. But Hendricks is good moving up, right?
He did. Oh, I should say Rumble Johnson disease.
Yeah. Miss weight.
Multiple times.
And then there's also a rumor of Criz Cyborg versus Cat Zingano floating around. It's not official.
Mm-hmm.
But what the hell is happening with Jermaine Durand to me? And why is Criz Cyborg not fighting her? This woman wins the title. She's got a fucking... basically cheated in that fight with those extra punches after the bell, like twice on Holly Holm, rocked her out of her mind. It should have been probably a no contest at best.
Maybe they don't want the Brazilians against each other.
Well, I think she needs to take the loss. I think there's a karma loss in her future. You created the division for Criz Cyborg. You can't have this chick just go MIA.
Yeah.
Especially when they said, oh, you have to fight Cyborg. Oh, my hand. Oh, my back. And then all of a sudden she becomes Tito Ortiz. My skull is cracked.
Yes.
13 destructed vertebrae. I've got literally no discs in my back. How could I possibly fight on 7 months' notice?
I don't know, man.
Exactly. Moving right along. Let's do some ass nuts.
That's the nuts. Who are the nuts? Is that us?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm left. Sometimes I'm right.
Sometimes we don't have to.
Sometimes I'm shaved. Sometimes I'm not. If you could go back in time and watch any one fight cage side, what would it be?
Oh. Any one fight?
Well, I mean, you could pick out whatever you want.
Oh, geez, man. That's a great question. Any one fight. I got to go ahead and say... Oh, man. That is a tough one.
I would like to see that McGregor-Diaz 2 fight.
Cage side?
Mm-hmm.
That would be good. I was going to go back further. I'm thinking like maybe like a Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. Which one was better? 1 or 2? I forgot. 2 maybe. 2 was 2 better? 2 was better. Or I'd like to be at that Gray Maynard Frankie Edgar fight. Remember
You can have it.
Huh? I know you don't like Frankie.
Because he won.
First round.
Or that one was a draw.
That was crazy. That was a crazy ass fight. Or
I'd probably go back for a Brock Lesnar. I might take that Lesnar-Carwin one.
Oh, that was crazy, yeah.
Because we thought, oh, they'll get a cage, hold these two big motherfuckers.
I'm looking on your walls. I forgot you got all these things up here. Or
oh, I don't know if I want to go all the way back to UFC 1. That would be too crazy with no rules.
Or
that might be fun to see.
Gracie?
Yeah. When it was legitimately no rules. So Keith Hackney, Josan, you in the balls till you bleed it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices. I think I gotta stick with what I said. Good question. I like
that. Knowing that Demian Maia constantly has staph, would you lick Demian Maia's cauliflower ear for 1 minute for $1 million?
Sure.
All right, fair enough.
I've never seen him have staph on his ear.
No. It'll all work out for you. Could a prime Anderson Silva beat a modern UFC heavyweight like Mark Hunt or Andre Arlovski?
Arlovski, yes. Mark Hunt, I don't think so.
Yeah, right now.
Hunt is like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
That'll be a rough
And
one.
Arlovski now is just, he's not. Prime for prime, oof. I don't like Silva's chances, prime for prime. But
Yeah,
I'm
like
talking,
50 pounds on him.
I'm talking that Andre Arlovski, full on hair, back hair, didn't give a fuck, barely spoke English, wanted to kill people. Senior Christensen on Twitter asks, who has the worst tattoo in MMA?
Good question. It's no longer what's his face.
Alan Belcher.
Yeah,
I know. It's totally not him. Everyone used to rag on him. There's so many choices. I think anybody who has their name tattooed on themselves is a fucking retard.
Yeah.
I mean that with all due respect.
I don't know. Cody, we were talking about Cody Garbrandt with his crazy ass neck tattoo. What's the worst tattoo?
Conor McGregor's got some pretty bad ones
too. He's got neck tattoos as well.
And the ab one that covers up. I think Darren Elkins has one of the worst ones because he's got the damage tattooed on him. And it looks like a prison tattoo with stitches. And that's his nickname. That's pretty bad.
Some tattoos are shitty. Some are cool. I don't know.
I think maybe Cody Garbrandt and Darren Elkins are tied.
Okay.
Jared Christensen asks, what's the most likely scenario in which Maia gets fucked out of his title shot? GSP!
That's right. I think that's the most likely.
David Stacey's got a bunch of questions. Here we go. Dana White mentioned that if Cody Garbrandt cannot fight T.J. Dillashaw due to back injury, that T.J. wants to dethrone Demetrious Johnson from breaking Anderson Silva's record. What do you think of that potential matchup can be like?
Ooh, can you make that weight?
I think he can. I don't think DJ is going to take it because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, you know,
he wants to break the record, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one because TJ's fast, and man, that would be a tough fight I think that goes the distance, and it's probably gonna be close. It's way closer than anybody wants. So,
in a grappling jiu-jitsu match, you get points when you're in dominant position or you attempt submissions. Why don't people understand you should get points or credit in an MMA match? This is related to last night's matchup in the Maia versus Masvidal.
Well, I mean, I fully understand that, and there's this called advantages. Sometimes when the fight is close or the points are the same in jiu-jitsu or there's zero, you can win on advantages. So like you almost did this or you almost did that. Does that have a place in MMA? I don't know. I think it's going to promote not finishing. And I think, gosh, like judging a fight is still in a lot of ways an overall feeling sometimes too.
Yeah.
So
and it's just like, because think about the stand-up. Sometimes when it's boring, you're looking at, well, who's advancing when they're putting that stat up. That guy's advancing 58% of the time. The fuck are you telling me? This is a boring ass fight then. If that's your fucking stat of who's winning the fight.
Last night, some kind of Masvidal's like 5 strikes per minute or something weird stat.
You always know. And it was to the point that I just said, don't even put this stat out because I don't know what the fuck you're telling me right now. It was so convoluted.
That's when the fight has become slightly boring.
Well, I was entertained by that.
No, Maia, I was too, but I think
I think the general public was bored as fuck by it. There was a fight between Yair Rodriguez versus Anthony Pettis, 145 or 155. How would you think it would do? Both great stand-up kickers.
I think Pettis gets destroyed.
Yeah, and I think he's just doing 155 now. I don't know if he's coming back to 45 or not, but we'll see. Stipe Miocic won a lot of fans during the UFC 211 Embedded series. Would you agree he is a funny dude? No, not at all. I don't like him.
I think reminds me of Shane Carwin. He's got this weird deep voice. I mean, he has a little more personality, but
it's just not there for me.
No.
I agree. Shane Carwin was about as entertaining as watching, what do you call it, paint dry?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude. I'm gonna go out there, kick some ass. Yeah, you're right. He was Johnny Monotone. Miocic actually uses some inflection in his voice, but it feels to me like he's trying too hard to be funny. It just doesn't work. I don't like him.
I could tell.
Who do I like? Maybe that's the question.
You're so salty, man.
I don't like anybody. Fuck that guy. Even though he's a champion. If Jose Aldo beats Max Holloway, do you think Frankie Edgar deserves a third shot at the title?
No, I don't want to see that.
No, you can't get threes.
He has
It has to
gotten
be.
them multiple
It
times.
wasn't even competitive. Both of those fights were not competitive.
No.
How do you think Joanna Jedrzejczyk could do about the 100 against the 125-pound division? Don't care.
Thank you.
How would you think a matchup of Cain Velasquez versus Stipe Miocic can be?
I love it. We talked about this a minute ago. I think it'd be great. Let's do that shit.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone putting Stipe on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How do you piss off Carolina? Something a witch.
Okay. How do you piss her off? I don't know. Sleep with her girlfriend?
Maybe.
She one of the lesbians?
The gays?
The lesbians? The
It's
gays?
okay.
Is she?
I don't know. I don't think she is.
Okay. There was that trifecta of her, Holly Holm, and
Oh, yeah.
who was that other third?
Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, I was like looking at the picture. I'm going like, wow.
It's like one of these is not like the other.
Yeah, Holly Holm was looking quite. She had that look in her eye
Yeah.
too.
There's something about bald-headed chicks and a man's testicles. I'm not sure what it is.
You know.
It's like sandpaper.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
She's not quite bald. She's got hair.
No, but you could take it down a notch.
Okay, she has done that before.
Sometimes man needs to be man. Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time. Pound sign nuts rule. Pound sign Matt Rape Train. I almost got it. Pound sign Ingo Sugar
It is
Daddy.
May, so it's a May rape.
Pound sign Demian Maia rules.
Thank you, sir.
Would you rather watch a long film of all the best moments of your life thus far, or watch a short clip of some pivotal moments in your future?
Short clip.
Yeah, you gotta watch the future. I already have everything on fucking. My life is a goddamn camera roll or a videotape or a picture. That's my wife, and it's like, let's take 300 pictures today. Like, great. Let's. Why? I don't need all this. Everything's documented. Would you rather have a nice teacher, but they're bad at teaching, or a mean teacher that is great at teaching?
I want to learn, Matt. I'll take the mean teacher.
I'm never going back to school.
No.
Would you rather stop war or world hunger?
World hunger.
I'm gonna stop war. We're in a bunch of them. Fucking feed my starving children. They can plant seeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll all work out. All right, Fuck, Marry, Kill X-Men Comics Edition.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna lay down some ground rules first. What their abilities are, because you got to take those into account when we're dealing with superheroes. You have Emma Frost, Rogue, and Storm. So, all right. You have Emma Frost. Here's the deal.
I already got my pick.
She's a mutant with enormous telepathic ability, is also capable of transforming into an organic diamond state with enhanced strength and durability.
Okay.
You got that. You got Rogue, has the involuntary ability to absorb and sometimes also remove the memories, physical strength, and superpowers of anyone she touches. Therefore, Rogue considers her powers to be a curse. For most of her life, she has limited her physical contact with others.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be a fucking hell kitten in the bed. Possibly. Storm.
Oh, she could kill you in the process.
Storm has the ability to control the weather, can fly. So here's what they look comic book version.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the Emma Frost.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You've got the Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at the cosplay version because I like to see the visuals of what they really look like. So here's your
Whoa.
Emma Frost.
Hey now.
Here's your Rogue.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn! Look at that ass.
And your Storm, we're going straight to the movies with the little Halle Berry.
Oh, they had to use the Halle Berry. I'm not a huge fan of Halle Berry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
I
too
like
bad.
that.
That's too bad. Yeah, Halle Berry does not do it for me. I'm gonna have to go ahead and kill her, and we're gonna go ahead and marry Rogue and
Emma Frost, you're fucking?
Frost, yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to fuck the Rogue, because that's going to be a one hell of a fuck, but you got to be in and out with her. It's dangerous. You'll take your powers. Emma Frost, I think I'm going to marry. Because you don't want to piss off the storm.
I know how you feel about those big titty blondes.
I'm in for that one.
I know you are. I can tell. Of course you are.
I'm dialed up.
Who knew that was going to be the case? What are you doing, texting me?
No, I'm trying to get the knowledge because a visual, and I have to pull it up on my phone because I'm using Windows XP, and I can't pull up jack shit. Wow, it actually works better to do this on my phone.
Yeah, it shows up nicer.
Yeah. So knowledge, we have some dude decides he wants to spar with Roman candles. Here's how that one works out.
What the fuck?
He's got MMA gloves on. He's dressed up like fucking Kato.
What the fuck is he doing?
He's in his bathroom and they're just firing away at him. Choo! Choo! Choo!
What the fuck? Are you kidding me right now?
He's like getting so out of control. He's like knocks the fucking shower door off the hinges here.
Why does he have a shower door?
Because he's retarded. But that was it. Is that what we need to be doing? Should we be doing this? I'm a big fan of fireworks.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, Matt.
What about the shower curtain? How about the fire safety here?
Wow.
Jesus Christ, bang.
Okay.
Yeah, so people are doing that shit. I don't know. Fireworks, be safe. I don't know.
Don't die.
There's 4th of July coming up soon, right? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, it is. I don't even have any fireworks yet.
Gotta get some. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Sit down.
Short but sweet. That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigold.
McGregor, thanks for playing.
Until next time.